Progress begins to redevelop the former Mercyhealth Rockton Avenue Hospital campus months after its services shut down. WIFR reporter Mike Walsh talks with the property buyers who say turning their plans into reality will take major funding and community support.
And God put us in here. It's very, very important that we hear from the community what they want and see if we can meet those obligations.
Months after Mercyhealth officially shut down hospital operations here on Rockton Avenue, buyers say plans for the massive campus are moving forward.
Coming together, collaborating, working together. We see the problems, and this is a big enough building that we could do so many things.
Pastors Melvin and Sheila Brown bought the 700,000 square foot property earlier this year to turn it into a full community hub offering healthcare, housing, and education resources for Rockford's west side. Saturday, the community heard more about these plans.
But it was also shown today as to how we understand the lawn has to be cut. We understand that there's going to be maintenance and there's going to have to be staff and security and all that. We already understand that.
While the Browns say early repairs are underway, the project awaits on state approval to move forward. They estimate the first year alone could cost nearly $1.5 million.
We already got contracts that will take care of the monthly expenses and everything else that's already in progress.
Both pastors emphasize this project is going to take more than physical support, saying faith will play a major role.
The water, whatever else we need to do, because again, Jesus is our source.
In Rockford, Mike Walsh, WIFR News.